Hey all, Jason Levon, priest at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to another Pause and Pray. One of my earliest memories in life takes me back to when I was about 4 or 5 years old. It was the only time I had ever been on a plane. My parents took me out to Arizona. We were all going out there to visit some relatives. I had aunts who lived out in Arizona, and found myself at an in-ground pool with my dad. And my dad told me, you got to wait to go in the water till you get your floaties on. And while he was blowing up my floaties, I was being impatient. And I remember stepping down some steps into the shallow end of the in-ground pool, and suddenly I was underwater. And almost immediately, I have this memory of looking up into the top of the water and seeing a hand come in to reach and take hold of me and pull me out into safety. And it was my dad's hand. He sat me down and had a firm talking with me about why I needed to wait and have my floaties on. And I remember it was a memory that was both terrifying but also comforting, because I also remember in that act of how quickly that hand reached in to rescue me. I felt fiercely loved by my dad in a protective way, and there was something that was comforting about that for me. I'm grateful for that. In Psalm 18, it's a psalm like many where the psalmist is in a lot of struggle, trying to keep his or her head above some pretty rough waters. And then in verse 17, the psalmist sings about God's ability to reach deep into those rough waters, to find the psalmist, take hold of the psalmist, and draw the psalmist out and back into life again. And it's along those lines that we're invited to pause and pray today, reflecting honestly about the times in our lives when we were struggling just to tread some rough water. Maybe we happen to find ourselves in a situation like that right this very moment. But to pause and reflect on how we did or how we might be experiencing love reaching into those waters to take hold of us. We also pray today for the grace that when that love reaches into those waters, we don't resist or fight or stubbornly refuse, as sometimes I am good at doing, but rather pray for the grace to allow that love to take hold of us. A love that longs to reach into even the roughest waters of life, all so that we can be drawn out and into new life again. God's peace and blessings to you all.